All right, everybody, talk to me. I need some status update here. What's the situation? Well, General, begin with, we're a little short on ammunition. What do you mean we're short on ammunition? Well, sir, it's been a heck of a battle so far. The last couple days we've expended a whole lot more than we anticipated. Oh, that's just hooey. Okay, well, you just conserve a little bit. You know, do we really need 150 cannons? Well, sir, this was your plan. Well, just space them out a little bit. This doesn't have to be the 4th of July. More status updates. What's AP Hill doing? He's still lying in bed talking about, oh, I don't feel good. Sir, we're not exactly sure. He seems to have been a little confused about the timing of all this. Oh, heck. All right, well, what's Yule up to? Well, sir, we sent a message to Yule so far, and it doesn't appear that he's gotten it yet. Oh, blast it. Blast it. You tell him to hurry his butt on down here. We have got to start moving out. Now, what about Longstreet? Well, sir, the last time that we saw, Longstreet was sitting on a log, whittling a little piece of wood, chewing some tobacco, and he was just staring down at the ground, and he seemed real depressed. Oh, heck. Sir, I don't want to say he's being insubordinate, but suffice it to say, sir, that I don't think he's very enthusiastic this morning. Well, it's been 4 hours. Gosh dang it. Is he my old war horse, or is he my scared little mule? Sir, I decline to answer that question. I'm sorry, with all due respect. Oh heck, what are we gonna do? Well, sir, we're finally assembled, more or less. We gonna go on with the attack? I've got a better idea. You don't think it's a good idea? How about you just write to President Jefferson Davis and you tell him that we just weren't up to it this morning, and we just decided to turn tail and run back home and cross the Potomac. You want to do that, son? No, sir, I don't. I do see your point. Well, okay then. Lee really didn't have any choice at this point, did he? He just didn't have any choice. He failed to gather his senior commanders and make sure everybody was on the same page. You know, not every little detail of this was Lee's fault, as I've mentioned, but ultimately the failure does rest on his shoulders. And he copped to it, of course, right after the charges, we all know. He more or less hung his head and said, "It's all my fault. It's all my fault. I am so sorry. It's all my fault." You know, at the least, most generals of his degree have probably never uttered those words in public. And yet, they charged on. Took a lot of guts. Again, we like to, we like to form our opinions and judgments, and I'll admit, not so long ago, when I knew quite a bit less about this battle, I had some different opinions. those opinions have changed with more study. Lee wasn't crazy to think that this could work. He more or less followed the Napoleonic tactical manual. You know, if the center steam's strong, you chip away at the flanks. If you're having trouble turning the flanks, you try to soften up a certain point. And the manual basically states, you find that point that you think could be a weak spot, and you put all your might into attacking that one weak spot. You don't use half measures. You don't use 3/4 measures. You put all your weight behind that attack. A lot of these men knew they were marching to their death. But all things being fair, the casualty rate of Pickett's charge was about the same as it was for many other encounters. Hi there. Hi. Morning.
Morning. Hey, whirlwind, get over here.
When things fall apart at the last minute, what do? Could he have backed out? Well, not really. Not very easily. You know how, okay, well, let's see. He came into this with about 70,000, 65,000, 70,000. You know how hard it is to organize and move even 30,000 men? You can't do that on the drop of a dime. Since the attack was already planned, there were no plans in place on the morning of the 3rd to get out of Dodge, because that was just simply not what was on their minds. They still thought that victory might be possible. So, was the wagon train all loaded up? Was everybody, was everybody ready to depart in a timely and orderly fashion? No. No. Old Baldy was still way over at Culp's Hill. That's why Lee did not leave immediately. Wasn't really out of defiance. He was just kind of bluffing, as if he may make another attack, or he may not pack up and head out, so that he could formulate that route of evacuation. Really fun stories about the trip back home. You know, there was definitely still some more skirmishing. They kind of got into a little pickle along the way. Mechanicsburg and a couple other points before they got to the swollen Potomac, which they still had to wait quite a while to cross. But it was a heck of an ordeal. A heck of an ordeal. And like I pointed out in the reading at the hotel recently, you know, there were some pieces in place, and it could have been successful. It could have been. It just wasn't. Fortune seemed to, the tide seemed to be in their favor, in the Confederates' favor, in the months preceding Gettysburg. But in early July 1863, fortune did not smile upon them. And early successes and victory just kind of melted and faded away. I'm already out of time, guys. If it hadn't already cut me off, I'll see you later.